Well, now that we've seen how the table of integrals can be used to help us evaluate some difficult integrals, let's take a look here at our ninth integration technique, which is computer algebra systems. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but computers are a thing, and you can actually go to a lot of different websites. I'm sure nobody out there knows of any of them, where you can actually get it to do a lot of math problems for you. Yeah, what a surprise. I'm sure no one's ever heard of that. Yeah. Well, computer algebra systems are really awesome. If you've ever used an online system to help answer a question, I don't know, you've used Symbolab, you used Wolfram Alpha, these are great tools. They really are. Just like your calculator is a great tool. But you got to be careful because a lot of times what students will do is they'll get in the habit of using these resources as more of a crutch rather than as a learning tool. And I am notorious for trying to make sure that I can distinguish which students use these as a crutch and which ones do not. If you are using this as a crutch, then what that means is that you're really oftentimes not going to be able to very quickly and fluently deal with certain questions. You won't know how to answer them. And instead, you'll always be stuck relying on one of these sites to kind of get you started. So we're going to take a look here at how Wolfram Alpha can help us. If you use another sort of site, that's totally fine. But Wolfram is what I've often used, and it's something that I would encourage you to try to at least get used to using. Let's take a look here at how Wolfram Alpha can be used to answer. Let's see how Wolfram Alpha can be used to answer a question like example number 3. So if I was to go over here, I could just easily go up and just Google, Wolfram Alpha. Look at this, it's right there at the top. And Wolfram, again, is really smart. You can ask it all sorts of things. You can ask Wolfram stuff like, what's the meaning of life? Right? And Wolfram's brilliant. Wolfram can figure out a whole bunch of things. Let's see. The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything, that would be 42. Okay, great, right? Like, you can have a conversation with Wolfram, like, what's your favorite color, right? Ask it a quick question, learn about it. Oh, what's your favorite color? Blue. No, yellow. Okay, so Wolfram's fantastic. It can do a lot of things, but it can also help you to integrate stuff like this. Now, oftentimes, if you're typing the stuff into Wolfram, it can be a bit confusing if you haven't done it before, but I would just type something like this. I'm interested in calculating an integral of, and I'll just start typing it in. Let's see, I'm going to have 4 to the x plus 10 to the x. Okay, so let's see. 4 to the x plus 10 to the x over 2 to the x. If I hit enter, Wolfram should show me what it interpreted, which looks like this. And then, of course, it should give me an answer. If you even pay, it'll tell you a step-by-step solution for how it got there, which is great, but of course you got to pay a fee. I think some other sites will do those things for free. Now I'm going to go ahead and write down the answer that I get here. So let's see, that's 2 to the x over log 2, 5 to the x over log 5. So if I was answering this question, I would have 2 to the x over log 2 plus 5 to the x over log 5. Ooh, and notice this, Wolfram is even telling you, don't forget, plus a constant. So thanks, Wolfram, plus c. And so a lot of students would go and they'd box up this answer on a page, and sometimes they're even chuckling under their breath a little bit and going, oh, Kyle would never know that I just did all of this via Wolfram. Right? Maybe you, like on a previous assignment or something, you've just gone ahead and used that, and there's a problem. Oftentimes it is very noticeable. The answer we just wrote down is wrong. Now, Wolfram tried to warn us, but if I don't understand higher level mathematics, well beyond Calculus 2, I may not understand what Wolfram is trying to tell me or why in the world it's trying to tell me it. So take a look down here. Log of x is actually supposed to be the natural log. Wolfram knows a lot more math than you do at this point in time. It's very aware of things like complex analysis. And so it understands that there is a distinction that has to be drawn between logarithms with real numbers and logarithms with complex numbers. And so what the Wolfram website there is doing is dealing with a higher level mathematics that you're not aware of. And so when you write down that answer, it is just sticks out like a sore thumb that you had no idea what was going on and you copied a result. This is something I have to often be careful of. So while Wolfram is a great tool, make sure that you are not relying on it or other sources to just feed you answers. Doing that will catch up with you. And it is one of my goals always to try to make sure that I can tell the difference between a student who is only trying to use something like Wolfram to help them and a student who's legitimately working hard and trying to understand the concepts. Make sure you make the right choice in deciding which type of student you want to be.